So today we're doing another part of 8.2. Yesterday we just set up the ratios, the trig ratios, and the three ratios that we set up were sine, cosine, and tangent. And we abbreviated them SIN, COS, and TAN. And I gave you at the top a SOHCAHTOA, right? Because sine was opposite over hypotenuse, cosine was adjacent, and tangent was opposite over adjacent. So after you did your worksheet yesterday, you wrote that several times, and so hopefully it's kind of stuck. Okay? So the reason we did that is today we're going to have to decide because it's the sine of an angle, correct?
Yeah.
So we had an angle we needed, and we needed two parts of a triangle. So if I had any two of those pieces, should I be able to find the other one? Yes. So today I'm going to give you an angle and one of the pieces, and you're going to find a side. Tomorrow I'm going to give you the two sides, and you're going to find me the angle. So what we first do, you had those steps on the second page of notes, and it said circle, identify the function that went with it. That's what we're doing today. So the angle we have is 37. I expect to see this work. It will help you. It will help you, I promise. So we have 37. So the thing we have and what we want, what are they? So what is 11 in relationship to 37?
So adjacent.
It's adjacent. So I'm just going to put an A there. And what is X in relation to 37? Opposite. So what function, what ratio is opposite and adjacent? Tangent. So I'm going to have tangent of the angle, which is 37 degrees, equals opposite, which is X, over adjacent. So if you don't remember it and you can remember SOHCAHTOA, is that a good way to get through these? Yes. So now we've solved ratios for a long time now, haven't we?
Yeah.
So I need to solve for X, so I multiply both sides I multiply across by 11.
Yeah.
So X equals 11 times the tangent of 37 degrees. Now, I am going to show you how to use your calculator before I let you go today, before we stop doing notes, but not right now. This is the most important part because we mess up things when we put them in the calculator a lot. If you get this, you got 3.5 points out of 4 on the test. Got me?
Yeah.
Okay, so in fourth hour, several of them just did all of this, the whole worksheet, and then they came up, and that's what I told them, then come up and get a calculator. Because if you stop every time to put it in a calculator, your brain stops doing what it's getting used to doing. Make sense? Okay, so the next one, we're going to circle 72.
13 is opposite.
13 is opposite.
And X is adjacent.
Nope. X is the hypotenuse. So I have opposite and hypotenuse, so it is sine. See how we're picking? So sine of 72 degrees equals opposite
13 over X.
over X. Now, if you need to put O over H right here, is that okay to do?
Yeah.
Yeah. So then I cross multiply by X, and I get X sine of 72 degrees equals 13. I'm just doing basic algebra, right? But I don't have X equals yet, do I?
No.
So how do I move the sine of 72 over? Not minus. What?
Division.
Division, because this is multiplication, so I
Divided.
divide. So X equals 13 over sine of 72 degrees. Now, people go, well, what is the answer? This is the exact answer. When you put it into the calculator, we're going to get a what answer? What's these squiggly lines mean? No.
Wait,
approximate. We don't have the line under it for congruent. So when we put it in the calculator, you're going to put your congruent lines, not congruent, you got me there, city. They're approximate, okay? So 3. So circle your 16 and you
O and
O and
H.
H.
14.
So what's O and H?
Sine.
Sine. So sine of
16 degrees.
16 degrees.
X over 14. And you have to align it
And then not divide it, multiply.
now.
So you're going to multiply over by 14. So x equals 14 sine of 16 degrees. Doesn't matter that it looks funny. We've dealt with funny looking things already, right? Just do it. Okay, you guys want to try this one?
Yeah.
Okay, try 4.
Do I have to put the little sign thingy?
What little?
Or the line?
Approximate.
If when you put it in your calculator, yes.
Okay.
But until you put it in a calculator, it's exact answer.
Yeah.
Okay, so did you get 13 over the sine of 31?
I don't know, I wasn't done doing it.
Oh, sorry. Now, I do apologize because so far it's been all sine and tangent, but cosine doesn't happen, so let's go to 6.
So
So,
X is adjacent?
no.
No, hypotenuse.
A hypotenuse is your x, and 10 is your adjacent. It's touching your 69, the angle, so it's adjacent.
This one.
So adjacent and hypotenuse is
Cosine
cosine.
of 69
So cosine of 69 degrees
over
equals
right?
10 over x.
Yeah.
So then I multiply by my x, right?
Yeah.
And then divide by cosine.
Yeah.
So x is going to equal 10 over the cosine.
Sine of 69 degrees.
Okay, so you guys get the hang of it now?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to show you how to put it in your calculator.
Hey, Karen does not get it.
Kale, have you looked at the notes at all for the sine, cosine, and tangent? Okay, so
I haven't either, but I could have said confusing. You comprehend.
So, Kale, when we get working, I think you need to spend some time watching the video from yesterday. And then I will answer questions, and I think you'll be okay. We'll go from there, okay?
You kind of.
Okay. I kind of did.
I'm a little confused on the one that you just did.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, I want everyone to watch this, not hers. Don't watch hers. Because yours is different. And he doesn't have yours. You can figure it out on yours, that's fine. But he's not going to have it. Okay, so if you have a calculator, you can do this. If you don't have a calculator, just watch. Okay, so this is 10 cosine of 69 degrees divided by it, yes?
Yes.
And it says to the nearest tenth. So I need to look at the hundredths to get to the tenth, right?
Yeah.
So this is how I want you to do it. You just put it in exactly how it says. So 10 divided by cosine. Now, your guys' calculators have a sine, cosine, and tangent. This one doesn't. But it has a button that says trig. It is in white, so you have to put second. And then trig. And are we doing sine, cosine, or tangent? Cosine. So you go down to cosine, or you can just push 2. It doesn't matter. It gets there either way. Cosine. And then 69 degrees. and end your parentheses and hit enter. So the approximate, what I want you to do is I want you to write 27.990. Okay, I didn't round, I just wrote the first 2 decibels. So it says to the nearest tenth, so what does that round to?
What, 28?
27.9.
Oh, yeah.
And that's not degrees, that is a length. So we're going to do one more, okay?
My cosine thing has a negative.
No, you don't hit second. Your cosine is just cosine. Don't hit the negative one.
Just,
That's for tomorrow.
just have a cosine button.
That's for tomorrow.
Okay.
Okay, so now this one, we're going to do 11 times the tangent of 37. So we are just going to put in there 11. See, I don't have to clear. I can keep looking at what I'm doing. 11, and it was tangent. So I go to the second trig again. And I'm just going to hit 3 this time because that's where tangent's at. And then 37, and parenthesis, and enter.
8.28, which rounds to 8.28.
So on my paper, I'm going to put 8.28, and Jenna did it right, which is not rounded, but the nearest tenth makes it 8.3. And if you had units, you'd put the units on there, right? Okay. So, it is your time to work.